My name is Isabella, and up until last year, I was homeschooled. So, with all of the changes going on at the moment with COVID-19 and schools starting to close or going digital, I decided to make this video with some hopefully helpful tips on how to effectively study at home. Okay, let's get started. It's really important that you have a designated study area where you can do all of your schoolwork. If you already have a study room or a desk where you do your homework normally, that is probably the best spot. If not, a table would be the next best thing, as long as it's somewhere where you can sit down and do your schoolwork without too many distractions. Almost all of you would have some kind of routine that determines what you do and when you do it. Well, now that you're studying from home, there's really no reason to change it. Get up at the time you normally do, and instead of travelling to school, you can use this time before you start studying to have some free time to do something you would like. This also helps you wake up before you start schoolwork, so no sleeping in. Make sure you decide on what hours you'll be doing your schoolwork in. Studying between 9 and 12 before having lunch, and going back to study between 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 is probably a good idea, as this is similar to normal school hours. If your school has different hours, try to stick to them, as this is already a routine you're used to. You could also stick to your school timetable. By doing the same lessons at the same times, you're making sure you don't accidentally skip a subject. Now, I know what you're thinking. The one place I can play on my phone during lesson time without getting caught and this girl is telling me no phones? Yeah, like that's going to happen. I know how tempting it is to pick up your phone and play games or read articles and other stuff, but during school time you really should try not to use your phone too much. If you leave it in a different room to where you're studying, you'll still be able to hear it if it rings, or if there's a text message or email, but the temptation to use it will be reduced. It will still be there though, so some degree of self-restraint is needed. Stay strong. With all of the distractions of home, you really need to make sure you do your schoolwork, and the work you produce is quality. There are no tips I can give you that will help with your actual schoolwork. That is all on you. But just remember that parents, teachers, and friends are there to help you out if you need it. Most of them will be adjusting to the same changes you are, so by asking for help, you are also providing the opportunity for them to ask you for help. Just try your best and make sure you're happy with the end result. This kind of flies in the face of my previous tip, which was focusing on making sure you do your schoolwork, but make sure you have breaks as well. If you're the type of person who gets really focused on what they're doing and loses track of time, it can be easy to work all day and be burnt out by the end of the first week of studying from home. Stick to your timetable, and once school is over, you have free time. If you have some homework, you could get on top of that, like you would normally, or you could read a book, or play a video game, or watch a movie or TV show, or chat to a friend. The possibilities are only limited by what you want to do. This is your downtime. Enjoy it. Here's another tip you will probably be listening to in disbelief. Wear your school uniform. This will lock you into the mindset of doing study. I'm not saying you need to stay in your uniform all day. Change when school hours are over to better distinguish between school and recreation time. This is probably one of the most important tips I can give you, and it doesn't even relate to studying. Make sure you stay in touch with your friends from school and after school activities, especially if you're in self-isolation or even if you just can't get out. It's really vital to maintain these contacts and get some form of social interaction. It could be via texting or email, FaceTime, Skype, even social media, as long as you stay in touch. Trust me, it will mean as much to them as it does to you. Well, there you go. Some useful tips, I hope, on how to effectively study from home. And just remember, each individual's learning experience is different. Some of these tips may work for you, while others may not. And some of your friends may find that all of them work, or none of them are helpful. And that's fine. It all depends on how you study and what works for you. If you can think of any other tips you would like to share with me and other kids studying from home, leave a comment down below. Like this video if you thought the information was helpful, and share it with any friends you think would find some useful tips. And finally, I hope you and your loved ones stay safe, healthy, and happy during these trying times. Bye, and happy studying!